Now we are having our esteemed guest, Muthukumar sir. Brigadier G. Muthukumar, Chief Engineer, and he is a PhD holder. He is an alumnus of Sainik School, Amravati Nagar, and the NDA was commissioned into the Corps of Engineers, the Bengal Sappers 1990. The officer has rich and diverse experience of operational, staff, and combat and civil engineering assignments. He was instructor of combat engineering at College of Military Engineering and of personality development at Army Education Corps College and Center, Pachmari. He attended several important career courses, including the Higher Defense Management course HDMC at CDM Secunderabad, wherein he was retained as directing staff and HVOD of faculties of supply chain and financial management. He has done his regular PhD title Infrastructure Management in Defense Services in Business Management from Osmania University. He is a fellow of the Indian Institute of Arbitrators and is a member of IRC, IBC, ICI, Bridge Engineers Association, Gujarat Institute of Engineers and Architects, and Institute of Civil Engineers of India. In addition, he is a stress management professional. Currently, he is the Vice Chairman of Gujarat IBC chapter. He undertook counter-insurgency operations with Rashtriya Rifles and also took part in Operation Rakshak, Operation Parakram, Operation Vijay, and LC fencing, and recently Operation Namaste. He had contributed to the construction of a multinational helipad or heliport in Africa while serving as a United Nations military observer in Congo, US mission MONUC, and created several infrastructure works for United Nations in addition to his core duties. He was the garrison engineer of Central Ammunition Depot, commander of 14 Border Roads Task Force, BRO, commandant of GREF Center, and chief engineer of Strike Corps of Indian Army, amongst other appointments. The officer has constructed several kilometers long box bridges, RCC and steel combination bridges, suspension bridges, and pre-stressed concrete bridges in Northeast. He specializes in mass concreting, laced reinforcement, prefab, pre-engineered buildings. He is also rapid construction technology like concrete 3D printing. As part of Army Welfare Housing Organization, he contributed to the tallest residential towers, 100 meters, for the Army in a turnkey project at Chennai using Maiwan technology. As Chief Engineer of Southern Western Command, he looked after infrastructural development works of IAF in Rajasthan, Gujarat and Maharashtra, and was at the forefront of planning starting greenfield runways at Disa. He was a course guide, timely resurfacing and refurbishment of crucial forward-based runways at Bhuj and Pune in record time despite the COVID pandemic of 250 crores worth. Currently, he is contributing to the Jamnagar runway record around 250 crores. He has also taken up new construction and additions and alteration to missile storages, weapon storage shelters, ammunition shelters, blast pens, igloos, hangars, laboratories, and other specialist building. He has also completed several crucial national highway projects, including Greenfield National Highway at Arunachal Pradesh, around 250 kilometers, as part of Border Roads Organization. He won COAS commendation for gallantry during an anti-terror operations at J&K. He also won Sena Medal for exemplary work in J&K for distinguished service. He received GOC in C commendation for disaster management, DGBR commendation for roads infrastructure work, Government of India commendation of Morth. For quality control and Arunachal Pradesh Governor's silver medal twice, that is 2009 and 2010 for infrastructure development in Northeast. He also received the COAS commendation for his initiatives in high-rise Maiwan construction. Thank you, sir. I invite you for the dais.
Hello. Gentlemen, very good morning to you all. Am I audible at the back? Those in the yellow, yeah. Thank you. So where are you all from? The yellows? Yeah? Adani Institute. Very nice. Gentlemen, it's a great opportunity for me to be in front of you. I am Muthukumar, posted as Chief Engineer here in Southwestern Air Command. So it's most important to start off any lecture with a easy anecdote or some reference. So I believe all of you understand Hindi, right? Okay. So because I am a Tamilian, I am supposed to know. In jest, I am saying. So what happens is that Shah Jahan, after he has passed away and he is in the Swarg or Zannat, if I have to be religiously correct. So he is looking up from there, he is looking down upon, but with pride, looking up upon the Taj Mahal. So he is with Begum Noor Jahan. And it was Noor Jahan, right? Who said? Shah Jahan's wife. Mumtaz. See? So we are all back to now correction. So he tells, I deliberately said so that we are all focused onto the lecture. So he says, Begum Mumtaz, zara dharti ko dekho, har mahal ko dekho aur Taj Mahal ko dekho. Har mahal ko dekho aur Taj Mahal ke dekho. उसके तरुते ताज के देखो, हर दरवाजा देखो, हर तख्त देखो. उसके तरुते ताज को देखो, हर दरवाजा देखो, हर तख्त को देखो. और बादलों के भीतर उसकी हुस्न, उसकी सुंदरता, उसकी ग्लोरी को देखो. वाह बेगम मुमताज, वाह. सो बेगम मुमताज कहती है कि हाँ शाहपना, जहांपना, बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है, खूबसूरत है, इतनी अच्छा है जैसे जन्नत वही है, यहां नहीं. कितना अच्छा लगा आपको? भी उतना ही अच्छा लगा ना? बोला हाँ बेगम, बड़ा पैसा लगा. So if you look at the bestest pay in those days was 15 rupees per person. The bestest pay in those days was 15 rupees per person. So now what happens? What happens is that Arif Muhammad, a stone mason, was paid 500 a month. Shakir Muhammad from Bukhara, it was all constructed from people from Central Asia and Iran. He received 400 per month. Muhammad Sajjad, mason from Multan. Facade worker from Lahore, Chiranji Lal, were paid 590 and 800 a month. Normal wages could never exceed 15 rupees a month. Therefore, it can safely be assumed that the people quoted in the account books were team leaders, not masons of ordinary yore. They were not people of ordinary kind. They were people who had something in them. इसलिए हम स्थपति को ढूंढते हैं जब मंदिर बनाना है. स्थपति को ढूंढते हैं. 4 स्थपति मिला तो एसोसिएशन बन जाएगा. Because what comes up is talent, and when talent is pooled, becomes an organization. When the organization issues out into action, it becomes a monument. And when a monument is built, it becomes history. And when history is revisited, it becomes education. So gentlemen, it is very, very important for all of us to become part of history. And how do we become a part of history? By contributing to something. How do you contribute? By picking up. How do you pick up? By watching, by listening. In Bhishma Yudhishthira Samvad, he says, Shrutva dharman aseshena bhavanani cha sarvasaha. Yudhishthira shantanavam punareva apyabhashataha. Punar eva, something naya. Apyabhashataha, sun lijiyega. So all that I want from all of us is to just listen to each other for a few minutes. Be in trance, close your eyes, but listen. Because something will come new which you have not come across. Vidya Garv or professional arrogance is very important. Equally important is to know what you don't know. So famously, one of the Secretary of States of one of the powerful nations of the world says once that there are no knowns, there are known unknowns, there are unknown knowns, there are unknown unknowns. The biggest problem is to know the known unknowns, because this kind of associations and meetings can help in that. So where do I give my congrats to the organizers of this event is because they know the known unknowns. Please give them a clap. That's why they are able to bring you all in here. That's why they are able to put us all together. So ladies and gentlemen, coming to the terra firma. So you can just see that basically I have given to you the concepts, applications for 3D building, for tunnel form and for Maivan. So now why this kind of a combination? Anything that can be printed when fed through AutoCAD, through a nozzle which lends itself not to immediate drying, which lends itself to making some kind of a shape and structure, can be called as 3D printing. Now 3D printing, every 3D printing manufacturer says that he has a separate formula. Now if everybody is going to have a secret formula, how do you go to him? The world, wide world, the scientific world will accept M15, M20, M30, a design, a tested design, a proven design by destructive testing, non-destructive testing. Things have to be, verifiable. What are scientific experiments? Experiments that can be repeated ad nauseum and still proven right again and again. So you want results to be consistent. So you want everything to be known in the open world what is being used. So they are not secret formulas. So let us just go ahead. Tunnel form construction is one of the innovations that came up in the later years, wherein I believe there is one manufacturer in India in Pune, but otherwise there are not too many in India. So that's again a particular methodology which is lending itself to faster construction. Coming to Maivan construction, it is a light aluminium shuttering formwork. Maivan is an European company. The Malaysians started producing it under license. There are now dime a dozen equivalents of Maivan. Finally, if you have a lightweight aluminium structure, a shuttering which you can just take, bring it somewhere and use it, it is Maivan technology. So gentlemen, this is a 3D construction which with me and my team was a dream. We could construct it in 30 days. It is here in Gandhinagar. How we could construct it, I will tell you. We could construct it by simply conceptualizing a 700 square feet building with 2 bedrooms, one master bedroom, one children bedroom, one kitchen, a portico, a drawing hall and 2 washrooms. I think that is what you need for a very small family. So for Javans, this is the first in India of its kind construction with permanent specifications, RCC roof with a proper foundation. And so this was a technology demonstrator. You can see the finish. Now this is in the very building, this portion we left it open. Why? So that you are able to see the 3D printing straight away. We just gave it a good external texture. There are textures nowadays available with Indian paint majors. Like if you look at Sherwin-Williams, they had 500, 600 European patents. When Berger, I believe, got into a tie-up with them. Now those European patents have become an Indian kitty, further with whatever they already had. So now you have too many options. So we took up some of the same and we went in for it. A simple facade, a portico, enough height, and all fundamentals of green building were incorporated. Now, let us go about green buildings, 3D printing. You will require a formwork for any building. Can be made of plywood, can be made of steel, can be made of aluminium, can be made of any material. Formwork is a formwork. The moment architects dream, they dream for not nothing, they dream to make it into action. So if you go to Hafiz contractor, his one or Mr. Patel, any one of them, one design is not going to be repeated tomorrow. He is immediately going to think, okay, from this angle it will be better. In the sun angle, this will be better. In north-south angle, this will be better. In northeast angle, this will be better. So if you go on the Palm Beach Road in New Mumbai, you will find the facade of each house looking similar and still dissimilar. Because the architect would have woven in a few factors which make them distinct. Now, such speciality projections, protrusions, extensions, they need a lot of form work. And they need specialist labor. And many times they will be an overkill. They might not be made out of the material which doesn't need too much of strength. You might not be needing M25. But still, you will be going in for, so there are many artificial columns which are only for facade sake, which have been actually constructed with RCC in India. It is a global waste. It is a global waste. So in 3D printing, the moment your printing machine is fed, you can print anything through that. You can print husk, hay and cement mixed together. It is just that you need to get the agitation right, you need to get the flowability, malleability, ductility, whatever the professor was speaking. The professor's name, Professor Subramaniam. The moment I had entered, what a knowledge base. So it was an immediate delight for me to latch on and listen to him. So now what happens is that this particular machine is going to lend you to get into all that. Because when you are doing a 3D printing, it is like a jalebi, So वो बनाता है मसाला पहले दिन रात को उसको वो टेम्पर में लाता है so that thread doesn't break in between, and when he is making it, he wants it to be unbroken and immediately fried and taken out. Nearly it is like that. You are supposed to ensure that it is able to flow without breaking, it is able to flow in the correct agitation, it is able to flow with the flowability and malleability, it is able to be drawn into different shapes and sizes and figures, and then layer after layer, layer after layer after layer, you are going to lay it, allow it to settle down, and the moment it has come to a particular type, then that means compressive strength is going to come up. Now what happens about the shear strength? So now there you are going to also probably make some cavities in between, introduce a few reinforcements ab initio at the lab. Come it, bring it, fix it, and then in the situation, add some more reinforcements. And then when the reinforcements are there, align them up so that they come one after the other. And then you start going ahead with the construction. Now, heavy structures, okay. Right, sir. Thank you, sir. See, how much is there to learn? So I will tell you, in 3D printing, when you are at the site, there are so many things which are unsaid. Understand one thing, gentlemen. When you get into a relationship with startups, try to get down to the ground and stand with them shoulder to shoulder. Many of the times, the startups are bright sparks, students, which world abroad is waiting with crores to hire. Don't hire them for a pittance and declare them to be failures. They are boys who have straight away learned something from the professor and they are up at it. There will be a few gaps which they may not know, which will come only from experience. There is intelligence, there is effective intelligence. I go in the car and I give a lecture about combustible engine to the driver. He will be very happy. Suddenly the car will stop. What has happened? What has happened? He says, sir, please wait. He will go out, do something here and there, and it will start again. I said, what happened? Sir, बीच में वो oil slick रुक जाता है, उस पाइप को थोड़ा सा हिलाने से वो शुरू हो जाता है. Now, combustible engine का lecture कहाँ गया? Because what has happened is that is effective intelligence. You need effective intelligence and not theoretical intelligence everywhere. But then without theoretical intelligence, that machine itself will not come up. So Professor Subramaniam would have trained a few students who will open a startup tomorrow and tell us that I have a fundamental idea of making so and so. So don't immediately tell him that no, come and make it and you have been given a contract and you should come out with the result. Many times you will have to go and give shoulder. For example, 3D printing में जब आप अंदर शटरिंग के लिए वर्टिकल पाइप्स देते हैं प्रॉप्स, तो उसको बोलते हैं जैक लगाकर निकालो बोलते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं जैक लगाकर निकालो? That is that it is supporting a huge square piece in the slab. If you want to work around it, you don't need too many props. So you can remove 2-3 props, after, what does the IS code say? For after 3 days, you are going to get sufficient. Where is the learned professor? Subramaniam sir, are you around? Sir, am I right, sir? After 3 days, you are going to gain sufficient strength. So you can jack लगाकर निकालने का मतलब है कि instead of allowing 3 props to go and support that square, you put a jack on top of 1 prop and remove the other 2 props so you can come around. And you can do plastering. You can do, minimum works you can start away. So that means instead of going sequential, you are going simultaneous. So you help that IIT boy. You told him, my friend, don't worry, things are now going to go faster. Instead you tell him, no, I am white collar, I am a chief engineer, I am supposed to be having 19 executive engineers under me, so I will stay at a distance of 2 kilometers and observe the thing coming up, it will not come up. You have to go and support it, handhold. Technology in gestation period needs to be handheld. So now coming to slow, labor intensive, many structures become labor intensive. Labor intensive structures haven't been global successes. Labor intensive structures were intervened sufficiently with force multipliers alone will succeed. For example, Mr. Patel is sitting in the front row. A huge construction has to come up in Gujarat Technical University. What Mr. Patel will say? He will say, first create excellent infrastructure for my men to stay, bring the batch mixing plant here itself, bring transit mixers here itself, and I want cutters, lasers, everything here itself. I want 5 total stations inside the campus, and our calibrator also to be sitting here only, and now start. It will finish. Whereas, if you are going to bring RMC cement from a distance, and if it is going to get stuck en route only, then you are going to have enough number of problems, and you are going to undercover it. Because the moment, how are you supposed to use the RMC cement? Every batch the professor will agree, every mixer you will have to do a sample test. That not done, sir. Practically on ground it is not done. He will say, आ गया, 12:40 आ गया, 12:40 आ गया, हाँ 12:40, लगाओ, start. Because he says that, why should I check when it is carrying a test certificate along with it? India mein man even carries a certificate that he is a woman, So any certificate is possible. Concurrent validity is very much necessary. Your eye has to tell you that what you are seeing is what you are seeing. There is no aberration. So therefore, there is a huge limited design freedom in normal construction, more in 3D. High material and transport cost, less in 3D if planned well. If it is not planned well, if it is off-site protection, because you got a hermetically sealed environment with a huge crane and space and height and width, लाते because shear में strong नहीं है, टूट जाएगा. It has been transported very properly. And we have got normal hard floor vehicles. If you create vehicles in which, like Kelvinator refrigerator, when it used to come to capture market, used to come with more adjustable shelves. Now they have gone for more frills, But point is that I used to find it very good. Because he was beating others hollow because he was giving me an adjustability. So similarly, you need to create trucks for correct transportation. You cannot simply lap up all 3D modules one on top of another and move, because module को उठाने के लिए कुछ you would have created a cliche, a crevasse, a little slot, or you would have turned the reinforcement so that you can handle it. Now if you simply stack it, they will all get damaged. And the moment you unload it, oh beauty, many of them will get cracked. And simply you plaster it, the crank won't be visible. So according to me, the issuance into action is more important. A close monitoring. Enable them to enable you. So high finance cost, high labor cost, all this will be economies of scale. If you make only 1 building, 2 buildings, then it is not going to be a fighting issue. If you are going to make more, my friend, wo niche gir gaya kahin. Thank you. God bless you. Coming to the control deposition, form work not required, design freedom, hardware, software integration, etc. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, design freedom is available because architects are dreamers, I told you. So they want beautiful things to come up. Design freedom will help you to do that. Hardware, software integration, because here what has been planned is being issued, so perfect precision. When you bring the module to the site, if you fit the module this way instead of this way, everything is gone. Because that precision lends itself to precision when applied on site with precision. Otherwise, you have produced it with precision and you have laid it with imprecision. I am trying to make things appear simple. Zindagi simple hai. It is not Schwarzenegger's theorem every day. It is simple. Simple things actually become macros when applied correctly. Coming to automated construction, you can have a machine on site, you can have a machine off site. Off site, more economies of scale, good transportation, not much lead time, it becomes efficient. On site, now in Netherlands, they are building G+4, G+3 with huge machines on site, good on site. So what happens? You have to clean up every day. You would have seen पुराना ज़माने में HMP plant में जब आप मसाला छोड़ करके जाकर सो जाओगे जम जाएगा, उसको निकालना ही बहुत बड़ा गेम होगा. You have to ensure that it is like, for example, simple Maiwan shuttering formwork, ऑयल लगा करके उसको मेंटेन करना जरूरी है, नहीं तो मर उड़ जाएगा, खराब हो जाएगा, एक दूसरे के बीच में गैप आ जाएगा. So you have to maintain it well. Robust quality control is possible, ideal for COVID environment. COVID is not going to be there every day. You know, tomorrow it will be David. Something can be there. But, okay, but point is that some problem can be there in human lives. So in problematic environments, you need technology which is goof proof. Yeah, it's my patent. Okay. So coming to the next one, yeah. Charles Hull, he says, you know, he was the one who went in initially. So, in a number of them, if you can see fuse deposition modeling and all, design, slicing, printing, post-processing. Design mein the models came up, broken into layers. So, you can name them A1, A2, Alpha 3, Zulu 4, like that you can name them. Break them into pieces, take them, join them. God has given you natural sense of symmetry. One ear is here, one ear is here. So you don't need tremendous fundamentals to apply on ground. You have to sensibly apply, okay, this module was supposed to be here or here. Mirror image kahan par aa raha hai. So little bit of, it cannot be simply on paper and you fix the module. Once you fix it, you can't remove it. How are you going to fix it? जो ग्रेनाइट को फिक्स करते समय एक मसाला भरता था, अदानी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. Boy from second left, when you affix granite onto something, you make a paste and affix it, right? So like that, one module on another module is going to come up, so that there is a traction immediate. So precise initial positioning is necessary, and imprecision at one place is enough to spoil the whole building. Eccentricity will get transported. Yeah. So coming to printing, I told you, post-processing, curing, anything and everything is going to take some amount of calculation, some amount of curing, some amount of, you know, the traditional methodologies cannot be left sight of. That full strength will be attained at a particular place and time, but there is a particular workable strength. You are supposed to reach workable strength, then only you should work ahead. So coming to manufacturing application, medical, there are so many applications available. Sir, if I jump off the time, tell me somewhere, I'll just cut it out. A novel construction technique I told you, layer by layer. Now look what is happening here. So here, when you are going layer by layer, you shouldn't have voids. You shouldn't have, you know, honeycombing and all is a concept, what we are talking. Practically, at site, if you are launching 3D, a senior man should be there continuously. Off site means somebody should be there to certify each module. My idea is make a RFID stamp, which is digitally signed by a quality controller, which he affixes on each module, and make it with a steel, which remains part of it. So what has happened? Any day, historically, even if he has become Shah Jahan and gone to Jannat, He can be told what happened to the module you made. So because we engineers have got a beautiful responsibility of being responsible ad nauseam forever. Canal House in Amsterdam, house printed by Vincent Company in China, 5-story building, to give you a variety. First 3D printed office, Twasta 3D printed, this is in IIT Chennai. So I met Professor Manu Santanam in IIT Chennai. Why these IIT professors are important? They are incubators. They are incubators of idea. They are incubators of belief. They are incubators of execution to an extent that they say that if you believe in an idea rightly, when it issues out into action, definitely something can come out of it. So whenever you adapt a technology, go to the source professor. He will tell you the larger macros, then reach the startup. Am I right, sir? It will allow you to bridge between the academia and execution. Otherwise, one arm will start blaming the other. And gentlemen, when you accept a technology, accept ownership in toto. Ownership in toto. So that you are able to implement it in toto. Otherwise, what will happen? Okay, I have taken up this technology, let me try it, that is disaster. Secondly, when a technology is going wonky in between, adapt another technology to bridge it. So let us say 3D modules आपने alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, Zulu 1, Zulu 2 फिक्स कर दिया. उस पे बीच में हाथी दौड़ते हुआ आया और Zulu 2 में ठक्कर मार दिया. या एक JCB ने ठक्कर मार दिया. Zulu 2 खराब हो गया. So what are we now going to do? Are we going to remove Zulu 2 by laser cutting and make one more Zulu 2 and put it inside? It will not go. It is not prosthodontics. It is a building where there is a huge piece, very heavy in tons you are talking. So what do? Simple. I am giving an idea, up to you. Get two Maiwan shutters, put one on this side, one on this side, so that all the family members are joined together. Pick up high speed free flow concrete, pump it inside. It fills that crevice. It fills that crevice, put M30 if you are too sure, or M25 of the rest of the, you remove it, you hermetically sealed, plaster it, move ahead. No, 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 my mother told me that it should be 3D, so I will continue with 3D and sleep here only till the time God doesn't give me a solution. It will not work. Your mother will be happier when you find an alternate solution. So technology doesn't need getting married to the technology. There can be episodes where you will have to immediately interpret it in a positive manner. So use it as a multiplier, use it not as a total replacement. Okay, because this boy was telling me, no, sir, I have spoken to my professor, sir, I have promised that it will be all, yes, everything is fine. So what happens is that academia is our biggest investment. And foreign countries have probably jumped a little faster in the technology hierarchy because they co-opted academia much earlier. Whereas now we are co-opting academia very well, we are in correct speed. These are all the companies. This is all the infrastructure. This is a whole sequence: machine, material, software and strategy. You can use CAD. You can use gantry system, articulated robots. अभी आपने किसी को बुला लिया कि मेरे पास 3D अपने बनाना है यहाँ पर, immediately start thinking, ask him, आपका printer का size क्या है? Sir, it is so many feet tall. Width क्या है? So much feet wide. How much space do you need? Sir, I need so much of space. Immediately tell your engineer to go and look for a shed where a gantry is available, crane is available. So tell him, yeah, this is available. Electricity के साथ मिल रहा है. Hire कर लो and use it. So what has happened? You have enabled him to enable you. Help him to help you. Create environment, gentlemen, create environment. So many companies in the initial steps of technology started giving telephones and laptops to their offices. So people started commenting, the company is spendthrift, the company is this company, nothing. The boss could reach the employee even at 12 o'clock in the night. Okay, send me the next version. So now the world labor laws have started incorporating that boss should not call during these times. If he calls, you can go to court, Now bosses are smart. Now they will find out some other method. They will say that, fine, you need not contact me for 4 hours, but on 5th hour you have to give me product. Then which court you will go to, right? So my point is that in any case, enable your environment. Now, finishing. Gentlemen, in finishing, anything which is well finished is beautiful. The bride, the day before marriage and on the day of marriage looks different. Yeah, it should be. That is the way it is. Center of attraction. The first person, right, primus inter pair. If there are two sisters, one is getting married, primus inter pair is supposed to look more brighter. Whichever way the God has destined, you will still try to create a primus inter pair for that day. Finishing is very, very, very important. So what all do you use in finishing? You would have seen that Japanese concrete technology in that face becomes very, very smooth, where you need not apply a plaster. That is actually good, gentlemen. I will tell you the reason. The reason, when you insist on the face being smooth and no plaster required, the actual plaster cement work should be proper, otherwise cracks will appear. Isn't it, Professor, sir? Cracks will appear, isn't it, sir? Cracks will appear. So many times people say, straight away that proponent will say, no, sir, पिरला पुट्टी लगाएंगे, 2 कोट उसके ऊपर हम टेक्सचर लगाएंगे और बढ़िया सा रेन ड्रॉप टेक्सचर के साथ फिनिश देंगे करके. No, I want it to be smooth concrete finish. Immediately he will become dull, because the whole process of concreting has to be proper for the face to be perfect. Now many of these technologies, whether it is Maiwan, Shutter or 3D, they all lend it to be many places plaster free. You can achieve, that's what I am trying to say. Coming to assembly, finishing on site, this is all I could surf on the wild web. Now, concrete preparation and transportation, prefabricated element printing in factory, element transportation. So, mistake at that place is in quality control, where I gave a solution. Mistake at this place, I told you can break, I gave you a solution. Mistake at this place, I told you is about precision, I gave you a solution. Now I move ahead. Gentlemen, seminars are picking up macros, not for micros, right? I'm so happy today that on this row, second man from the second last row was feeling sleepy when I started. Now he is bright. Done, sir. Yeah. So, thank you, sir. Good. Now coming to, large scale 3D printing, you have to plan about scales. The whole game is about scales. This world is a market driven world. We are in free market economy, not a command economy. So we have to ensure that the product sells and succeeds. So it cannot be just creating a technology demonstrator. It has to sustain. So ability of the concrete to flow easily. Now they will say that I have a mixture and a formula because of which it will flow properly. Accept it, because we are in gestation period. If the startup says that I have a formula, accept it. But tell the startup, keep the formula up your sleeve, but I want the structure to be proven in destructive, non-destructive testing. Get it tested, get it verified in lab, and move ahead. Don't fight with him that share the formula, declare the formula, then what will be left with him in terms of motivation? So, but otherwise, come to the next one. Ability of the concrete to take load of subsequently laid out layers. Always go visit. When I wanted to start off, I went to Chennai, I saw the only building they had made. I saw it from every angle. I got convinced. Then I came and started. So convince yourself by seeing a prototype somewhere. Else create a prototype in a small fashion. I am now constructing, I is my organization, consisting of 19 executive engineers and 6 superintending engineers. We constructed the Pune runway against time. We got a small closure period and we finished it in 11 days. So today I read in the newspaper that they have completed the Ahmedabad runway in 75 days, record time. So then I was thinking that no, probably ours was a better record, No, that is a wrong comparison, because apples and oranges can't be compared. We don't know what were the factors involved in Ahmedabad runway, what was the expanse, what were the layers, right? We don't know what was, they don't know what was there with us. But then, in each little ecosystem, each little microcosmos, we can ourselves determine whether we are doing well or bad. In that extent, I can tell you, we did Pune runway, we did Bhuj runway, finished it in time. Now we are doing Jamnagar runway, in which we are going good go. So yesterday I was supposed to go in for DAC2. What is it, Mrs. Sarvesh? Dense, asphaltic, concrete, the second layer, which is supposed to be a little superior than the lower layer. So for that, we finished validation yesterday night, 12 o'clock. So I said, don't wait for inspectors to come and ask you to make a trial bay. You start making one, which will become part of that job. So now they have finished it. So now the inspectors will come, they will start. But before that only, I am sure that I am right. So let not destiny tell us what is right and what is wrong. Let us take destiny a bit in hands and reassure ourselves. So make prototypes. Coming to ability of the concrete to retain the shape, that is the most important part here. Come here. Yeah. So now you can see how it goes in between. You can put the reinforcements, you can add reinforcements, but all reinforcements are not put on the off-site, many are put on the on-site. Reduction, construction time, labor cost, productivity higher, geometric flexibility, sustainability, consistent quality, improved safety. Now what will happen? So whether it is some left parties, right parties, you know, we are all a beautiful democracy. In our own home also we encourage questioning. And questioning is science. And whether it is economic oriented questioning or whether it is engineering oriented questioning. So the questioning in 3D will be, you are promoting 3D, what will happen to the masons? What will happen to the technicians? What will happen to the labor force? They will all die. They will not. I will tell you how. We will be creating more Atha Muhammads of the Shah Jahan example which I gave. So instead of 15, they will all start earning 300. So when you have made a beautiful structure, you want the tiling to be excellent. You want the finish and painting to be excellent. You want the fixtures to be of a 5-star type. You go to the 5-star hotel, you look at the washroom, the coping has been done very neatly. Very neatly. हम नॉर्मल जगह पर अदानी इंस्टीट्यूट नॉर्मल जगह पर आप अगर देखते कोपिंग आपको ऐसे ऐसे करके बंदा चला जाएगा तो कोपिंग विल हैव गैप्स इतनी गैप काफी है इट विल स्टार्ट लीडिंग इनटू deterioration. A switchboard can't be like this, it has to be perfect. So what will happen? The same man who was charging 100 rupees a day will now become a great guy. He will start charging 300 a day. But construction technology is not going to die. Labor here is going to be used. Why? Transportation, affixing, crane, lifting it, putting it in position, shaking it, correctly bringing it in, joining. And then, you know, so only some parts are getting labor proof. Now second part is that the labor starts getting repeatedly. So they will become 3D labor gang. So Mr. Patel will say, हाँ यार, 2 gang भेज देना 3D के लिए. So that gang will be selectively sitting in one place. Good morning, they will come to you. So to say that it will kill technology may not be the point. Now, next one. So challenges can be seen straight away. Material challenges, you can see. Design and construction challenges, you can see. Lack of codes. So what happens? You see the London building fire. Recent days में, before 2 years, 3 or 4 years, London building fire में चले गया करके. They use zero halogen wires in Europe. Smoke free बोलते हैं, zero halogen. Are we using zero halogen? We don't have codes probably for zero halogen. Why? I have used zero halogen. I didn't wait for codes. Because ASTM is only an example. In contracting, FIDIC is only an example. FIDIC has come in contracting lots of years back in other places. Why we should wait endlessly? We can attempt, and our country permits us to try out many things. Let us try them out. Let us be our own self certifying it. No, we want to wait for a code. Why? Things have gone wrong. It was as per IS 456. It was as per this. It was as per that. It is simple. Educational arrogance is required. read, visit, pick up, be strong, affix your signature under the seal of so and so. This building has been designed and executed. Be responsible. Adaptability, constraints overall. Now, technology is still young, it's a demanding technique, no building code, but then it will come very soon. Tunnel form construction. So, we can play the video. Can we, sir? To the organizers, in the next 10 minutes I will close in. Hope that is okay by you. Gentlemen, sorry if I have delayed the tea. 10 minutes okay? Where are you from, sir? Oh, great. I was in Congo. So I met many people from your country. Okay, so quickly I'll tell you about tunnel form. Listen to me kindly. There is a face like this which is covered. There is a face like this which is covered, and there is a roof which is covered. Reimagine. There is a face like this covered. Imagine a rectangular box. Rectangular box will have two vertical short sides. Let us say one vertical short side is covered. My friend, thank you. God bless. God bless you. God bless you. Rectangular box will have one long side. Let us assume long side covered. One long side. Rectangular box will have one top and one bottom. Let us assume top covered. That means in a rectangular box, 50% is covered. Imagine this to be a frame lifted by a crane, placed on a platform. You call it as a kicker so that it can be kept on that and aligned, Mr. Patel. Like my one. Kicker 15 centimeters by 10 centimeters. It stands on the kicker, aligned. Now, one face is kept next to another face. In between, free flowing concrete flows and fills. Okay, this is quick. Yeah. This is a 3D, just see. So Twasta was the company startup, and IIT Chennai is the one which have supported them in the initial stages. Right. Now moving into the next one, please. Tunnel form, quick video. Video of tunnel form. We have a video of tunnel form in that? It's not running. Okay, leave it. I'll explain. There no video more, no problems. So tunnel form you have understood, starting with what I said. Therefore, imagine a rectangular box divided into half, in which one short face, one long face, one top face. number of such units weighing say 15-20 tons each as per customized sizes of your rooms is casted using high tension carbon steel, brought to site and kept on kicker, one next to another one next to another one, high speed free flowing concrete sent and it expands with correct agitation, fits in. Reinforcement has already been erected at site. So, this platform has come and stood on one side of the reinforcement, the next one has come and stood, in between the two there is reinforcement already there, rebars are already there and it gets now continuously it gets done. What happens? You have wheels below. So, you pull them out and they come out. Once they come out, you start finishing it. 24 hours maximal concrete strength gets gained. So, you can go for the next one. So, that means after 24 hours you can pull out and start tying the next reinforcement and use. So, a tower crane is a must because it is heavy. Now, it has to be brought, placed and then you keep continuing. So, you can have a 3-day lead. One day you did it, one day you removed it, next day you went for another one. Now, benefits, speed, disadvantages, not too much of flexibility. C, it has to be customized. D, accuracy is an advantage. Disadvantage is you will have to have expert site supervision. Otherwise, it can go greatly wrong. I will tell you how. In a floor, if you have differential heights in between the floor, how big a disaster it will be. So, you have to use total sections and transfer lengths, transfer heights from level to level. Total station should be calibrated by the same man or the same company. See, we all said total station hai, hum perfect hai. But total station number 742 went away and 753 came in. You have gone wrong. So, same total session, retain it, calibrate it, use it. Have a calibration booklet at site. Keep calibrating and keep entering it. So, small things. You will think that do we need a brigadier to come and teach all this? No, 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 no. Teaching is from a mason also. Teaching is from a worker. Teaching is from a professor. Teaching is from an executor. It is necessary. Coming to MyVon technology. So, now what happens? MyVon technology, you are going to go for small pieces. There are panels. Even tunnel form, you have panels which are joined together to make the tunnel, C. But the C can be large, C can be short, C can be tall, C can be double room height, C can be made, single room height, C can be made. In MyVon technology, so now I have explained the process, monolithic concrete construction system because it makes a shear wall like MyVon. There is not much difference in the concept. Putting the tunnel form for slab, making the level of the tunnel more important. Facilitate rapid construction, economies of scale, MS plate 3 to 6, tie rod, vertical jacks, all you need, roller plates you need, kickers. Above the plinth beam, from ground floor to any floor. So, in Rajkot, 13 floors, 14 floor structures are being made. When the Prime Minister got together lighthouse technologies, look at his vision. He said that rather than thrusting it down the throat of everybody that they will use it, let these lighthouse technologies come up at 6 places in the country. Let them become example for people to go and see and do. So, in Rajkot, tunnel form is being constructed. Want to see 3D, come to me. Want to see tunnel form, go to Rajkot. It is being efficiently done there. Then according to the size and shapes of rooms, I explained to you. So, maintain constant width, spacers. Many times you would have seen Purana contractor site पे spacer manufacture करता था. Spacer इतने important है. Many times we will say कि सर सारा तो spacer लग गया सर 4 ही तो रह गया करके. वो 4 ही तो problem है. You have to have a preponderance of smaller accessories if you have to be technically correct. So, shear wall to be constructed will come up, where all you can use, you have seen. Construction process, I told you, lift it up. Here you can see what I had exactly told you. Top face, long side face, short side face. So now they will be brought, you will use all props, fix it at site. Exact alignment is all that is going to be important. Position of doors, windows, conduits, crevasses, spaces, plugins, they all have to be pre-decided and perfectly decided. Plumbing and sanitary fixings, plastic sleeves, simple. अचानक आपका दिमाग में याद आ गया कि यहां पर मेरे को एक कैविटी चाहिए जो था नहीं, थर्मोकोल उठाइए बाजार से, कट करिए, उसको ले जा करके रख दीजिए, खत्म. And it will leave that part, remove it, you fix it. So point is, try to be maximizing local knowledge from user. Always have the user next to you. Otherwise you finish the product, user will say, oh no, my washroom has become too small. Whereas that guy must have given that eureka earlier. So ensure that the user, the project proponent is co-opted with you from the very beginning. You can make the photographs of the works under progress. You can see, it will give you some idea. It's all about agitators, vibrators, curing. These are all small things, most important in this kind of structures. Coming to the finishes, record strength 8 to 10 MPa for 12 hours. Tunnel to be removed after 12 hours with help of prop supports. I gave you 24 hours, that is safer. Professor sir, you will appreciate 24 minimum. This 12 is a costly philosophy. Take it from me, look at a 24 cycle, foolproof, better. This kind of structures are coming up. And advantages, disadvantages of Maivan construction, in the next 4 minutes, I will be able to associate you with the benefits of Maivan. Industry is already inviting number of variations. High quality concrete finish gets produced, I told you, can be done without plastering. Cast in situ concrete walls and slopes. So what happens? Staircase, we used to make staircase in 3 parts. Whereas here, it is all already given in shuttering, so the high flow concrete is just filling it up and coming up. Aluminium formwork is a temporary mold, brand name from Europe, being used by a Malaysian company. Speed, strength, safety. Safety because there are mezzanine kind of structures in between where people can stand and work. You are supposed to use harnesses. Everybody will be with a helmet. Inside the rooms, there are holes through which you can pass the shutterings to the next room. And when you make reinforcement, the reinforcement has to be checked and within 24 hours you should cast. Otherwise, what was happening? I kept the water bottle there. I keep doing like this, that fellow will start shifting. So the point is that any amount of vibration is going to create an aberration. In Maivan, after you have tied up the reinforcement, he will say, stage has been passed. Patel sahab, आपका बड़ा supervisor will say कि sir, all stages cleared. Whereas 2 दिन में बिगड़ गया होगा. So 24 घंटे से ज़्यादा don't wait to cast and use at site equipment, batch mixing plant and all to ensure correct concrete agitation, correct quality, correct mix, admixtures. More seismic resistance. Why? It has been trained for, and secondly, the walls are going to be thinner because it is concrete through and through. So you get more space inside. And again, pre-position your windows, crevasses, switchboards, all kind of places. Integral and smooth finishing, higher carpet area I explained to you. Negligible maintenance, faster completion. Now, most important is you should not permit leakage and seepage. How you will not permit it? One part is Maivan itself lends itself to less seepage and leakage. But poorly executed Maivan is going to give you seepage and leakage. Because you have to ensure, where somewhere you have to finish it with a polythene. So that simple water cement ratio will become turtle on its head if you allow the water to seep out. So please be sure about casting. I am not going more into it. Otherwise, you will not call me next time. So concealed services become difficult because thickness is small. So you remember sir, weep hole के लिए नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बनाना का ट्रंक को काट काट कर रख देंगे. They will not go for the PVC. You know, banana trunk खराब नहीं है. Because rather more better because it will smoothly get into the thing. But then it should be fully placed. He will keep half a trunk. Nothing will come outside, you know. So you have to be, the point is about executing it with finesse. Due to box type construction, shrinkage cracks can occur. So you have to use some admixtures for that, and there are desi methodologies for that. Wall panel, this is a part. You will use rockers, you will use kicker, which I told you to make the kicker platform, to keep the, you will use beam soffit के नीचे bulkhead आएगा. You will use deck components, you will use internal soft corners for correctness, just see how it comes up. You will use props of varying length. कभी आपके पास डाउट आ गया कि यहां पर स्ट्रेंथ है या नहीं है, 10 बैम्बू या सिप्लेक्स प्रॉप सिविल से मंगा करके लगा दीजिए. मत बोलिए इस सेट के साथ इतने ही प्रॉप आया. No. He might not have given it that thought, and somewhere you have consumed more. So always ensure that you err on the positive side. A project was made here in Hadapsar. See what he is trying to do. He is trying to remove it by a particular methodology. This is a method by which you shake it out and take it out. These are all the connections left. They have to be removed. They are not left in situ. Once they are removed, they can be reused. See, he is passing from ground floor to up floor. It has been correctly placed. See how he is affixing. Because the whole, see where he is standing, this is a jugaad. This is an external apparatus. Otherwise, usi mein se you are able to get an extension outside on which he can stand on the platform. Everybody will be, see the finesse, see the clarity. Sir, I kept your time. Ladies and gentlemen, I have finished. My effort was to correlate you with rapid construction technologies. I think I have done some justice. If I have taken too much of time, I am sorry. I am not too professional a lecture deliverer. During the tea we will discuss.
Thank you, sir, for your energetic lecture. You have charged our minds with a lot of ideas. Thank you. I request Prahlad Bhai Patel Sahab to come over and then present the memento.
Thank you, sir. Sir, may I call the professor also? With your
Sir, Professor Subramanian, sir.
Sir, please. Sir. With your industry and he is academia.
Yeah. And I was Balatranjan also.
Gentlemen, I studied in a Sainik school and sir studied in the same. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
I feel very proud.
Yeah. You can tell you're an engineer.